heavy rainstorms and thunderstorms. Could there be perhaps a connection between lightning strikes and the rocket launches that happened overnight? With us now in studio is defense correspondent Jonathan Regev. Jonathan, I note this because it wasn't that long ago where even Israeli security officials acknowledged publicly that previous launches of long-range rockets pointed to Tel Aviv may have been triggered by bad storms in the past, in recent months.
True. We have heard these comments before. I tend to be quite skeptical about this, but these are claims that we have heard before, and it should be said that many times what the Palestinian organizations are claiming is that the missiles or the rockets are basically ready on their launch pad and they just need to be ignited and sent. Usually that happens by a man who comes and does it, but they claim that when there are thunderstorms and lightning such as those we've seen last night, it does trigger the rockets and then they're being sent. These are claims that have been made in the past. They've not been made this time.
But in this case, and we're looking at the video now, there is video purportedly from last night released from sources within the Gaza Strip that show this area where the rocket launch pads are. There's a lightning strike last night reportedly, and then immediately the rocket goes off. If that's true, it would certainly raise some eyebrows.
True. There's also a camera pointed right at that place, which would raise the opposite opinion. Therefore, did it happen? Did it not happen? As for me, I'm skeptical about this, but these are comments that we have seen before, especially when it comes to longer range missiles. One, for example, sent over a year ago to the area of Tel Aviv. One sent even further north in the past. Those being said, targeted and sent due to lightning. And yes, there was lightning last night. You ask me personally if I believe this is the case. The answer is no, but these are claims that have been made before.
Okay, if this is something that does come up when there is a rocket launch seemingly out of the blue, and it happens during severe rain or lightning and thunderstorms, if these rockets are just on the launch pads, already armed, already ready to go, with a long wire attached somewhere, and if there's a lightning strike in the vicinity, it could trigger it. If Israel knows where these rocket launch pads are, why not just take out the rockets so Tel Aviv doesn't have to deal with rocket attacks when it rains?
Because Israel does not want to be seen as the one that started the war, basically. Israel, like it or not, currently is at the position of reacting, only retaliating, never igniting anything. Position of basically beginning or deciding where this goes, the initiative is, like it or not, on the hands of the other side. It's the other side, whether it's Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, or other organizations. They are basically deciding or determining when things basically ignite and when they calm down. Israel does not want to be seen as the one igniting the war. Therefore, even if Israel knows exactly where are the missiles pointing to Tel Aviv, pointing to Ashdod, Beersheba, or even or closer locations, it would usually not want to be seen as the one igniting the conflict. That is why Israel is refraining from that, reacting and not acting first.